Let's get it. All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ohio! Flex round!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Ellington has it, middle of the field. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well. And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Moss, you got to be special, man. Need you to be special, my boy.
And on the ground they go with the running back.
Okay.
There as he takes it
Do your
from
thing,
the
do your
6 to the
thing, do your
3-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Flex round!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown.
Ellington, that's a good block on that end, boy.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans take it all the way down.
Oh, that's Kobe? Okay, little Kobe.
Drive.
Oh, I just ripped my damn tights.
On for the extra point.
Oh, damn it.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game.
I'm going to order some more of these shit.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away.
Whoa, I noticed my damn DeAndre Hopkins out here on kick return. Crazy ass game.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal blocker? Let's see. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Bernard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Good kick.
And now out comes Houston. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
And they'll go with the ground attack.
That's bad running. Terrible running.
About a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On play action, they'll throw.
Ooh, good hit.
Jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me,
Great
one
hit.
thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and
Try to line my boy up, too. I like
That's
that.
good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He spins free. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Oh, come on, big dog.
Texans up front. In comes the flag. That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. And they'll go on the ground. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. To him right up the gut. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. The kick by Fairbairn is good. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Caught me clicking.
Down is locked. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, come on, Stidham. Wow.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone, but sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because
I like
of
that. That was nice. Ah.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've
Foreman
been good.
balling.
3
I gotta
for
keep
4
him in the
thus
ball
far.
right there.
This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 24-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
He finds an opening past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a play fake here on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a carry for Bernard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and this will be a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high...
And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Andre Howe. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans will extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Here's Luck. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to throw, Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. A big gain of 31 on third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now it's Locke. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, here's Locke. And he's going to go down again. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
12.
To throw is Locke. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And Vinatieri's kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. He gets away from 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Locke. Looking left sideline, incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Here we go. What? 90.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Fielded at the 33. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Locke. And Davis has it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Locke. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And, Charles, something I did not think we'd see. That last kick breaks Morton Anderson's all-time record of 565. That's the number of field goals he hit, set primarily with the Saints and the Falcons from 82 to 07.
Oh, Brandon, the great Dane, Morton Anderson. He kicked till he was 47. If I tell you to break this record, especially in the era of passing touchdowns, that is one heck of an accomplishment.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Long. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Luck now to throw. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Good for a Colt 1st down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run here with Bernard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that will get him one closer. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Ohio! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Looking to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Flex round. Flex round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Ohio. 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 Ohio.
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10, Luck again. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a handoff looking right. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Back to throw here. He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. To give him a gain of 38. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On play action, they'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fuller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. They'll look to throw here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Luck. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They go play action here on first down. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Bernard. Nifty footwork at the 45. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing is Luck. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Caught right side, Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. On 1st and 10, Luck. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
They'll run with Foreman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Flex round.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Houston, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.